In 2022, a teenager recorded a song in his bedroom. He called it Romantic Homicide. 50 million people streamed it. No one thought to ask what it meant. 3 years later, a tow yard worker in Hollywood smelled something coming from a car trunk, and a 14-year-old girl came home in 2 zippered bags. Celeste Abigail Rivas Hernandez was born on September 15, 2010. She grew up in Lake Elsinore, a small city about an hour southeast of Los Angeles, the kind of place where everybody knows their neighbors and kids ride bikes until the streetlights come on. Her parents, Jesus Rivas and Mercedes Martinez, described her as a beautiful, strong girl who loved to sing and dance, a 7th grader, a daughter, a kid who still had her whole life stretched out in front of her. And somewhere around 2022, when Celeste was just 12 years old, she found her way into the orbit of someone the internet had already made famous. His name was David Burke, but the world knew him as D4vD. In 2022, David Anthony Burke was an 18-year-old from Texas with no label, no manager, and a bedroom studio. He uploaded Romantic Homicide to TikTok. Its lyrics described wanting to kill the person he loved, a metaphor everyone assumed. Within weeks, the song had millions of streams. He was signed to Darkroom and Interscope Records. He collaborated with Kaylee Uchis, with Lawfey, with Holly Humberstone. EA Sports put his music in Madden NFL 26. He went on a world tour he called Withered. But in the corners of his own Discord server, something else was being noted. Users referred to a member named Celeste as his girlfriend, as early as 2022, when she was 12, when he was 18. In January 2024, they appeared together on a Twitch livestream, publicly, in front of thousands. Nobody asked questions. She had a tattoo on her right index finger that read, "Shh." He had the exact same tattoo on the exact same finger. And sometime in late 2023, Burke reportedly recorded a song he never released. It was titled Celeste. Its lyrics included the line, "The girl with my name tattooed on her chest. I'm obsessed." On February 15th, 2024, Celeste's family reported her missing for the first time. Then again on April 5th, 2024. Then a third time shortly after. 3 separate reports. 3 times her parents told law enforcement, "Our daughter is gone." Her mother said Celeste had gone on a movie date with a boyfriend. She said his name was David, and yet, despite those reports, Celeste remained alive. Digital evidence shows she was still active as late as January 2025. For 17 months, she was missing to her family but not entirely invisible. The question that will haunt this case: how does a 14-year-old girl disappear 3 times and end up on a celebrity's live stream? April 23rd, 2025. Celeste reportedly visited Burke's Hollywood Hills rental home. That was the last time anyone confirmed she was alive. Shortly after, D4vD left for his Withered World Tour. He performed in city after city. His fans cheered. His streams kept climbing. His collaborators posted about him. His management booked more shows, and his black Tesla stayed behind, parked on a quiet Hollywood side street, dirty, dusty, unmoved for weeks. A 72-hour violation was issued on August 28th, another on September 3rd. On September 5th, the car was towed. September 8th, 2025. A worker at a Hollywood impound lot was moving vehicles when he noticed a smell coming from a car trunk. He opened the front trunk. Inside, 2 zippered bags. Inside those bags, the remains of a child, decomposed, dismembered. The medical examiner would later determine the mutilation occurred after death, that she had been stabbed twice in the chest and abdomen, and that her body had been taken apart, placed in bags, and locked away in a trunk on a public street for weeks. Blue plastic fragments were found embedded in the cuts on her remains. She was identified on September 16th, 2025, one day after what would have been her 15th birthday. The Tesla was registered to David Anthony Burke. The LAPD robbery, a homicide division, went to work. What they assembled over the following months was massive: 40 terabytes of data, wiretaps, forensic reports, vehicle logs, body camera footage, and from Burke's personal iPhone and iCloud account, a significant amount of child sexual abuse material. A private investigator also found a burn cage incinerator at a property Burke had previously occupied, suggesting an attempt to destroy evidence. 3 separate grand juries were convened to hear testimony. Burke was arrested arrested on April 16, 2026. David Anthony Burke is charged with first-degree murder with 3 special circumstances: lying in wait, murder for financial gain, murder of a witness. All 3, if proven, make him eligible for the death penalty. He has pleaded not guilty, but the case has a dimension that puts it into entirely new legal territory, one that could define how America handles art and criminal evidence for years to come. Prosecutors want to play Romantic Homicide for the jury. The music video, which was released on Celeste's birthday and features imagery of bloodied figures, bodies, and darkness, they argue served as a blueprint for the crime itself. The defense will invoke California's AB 2799, the Decriminalization of the Artistic Expression Act, which requires prosecutors to prove that an artist's lyrics are directly probative to the crime, not merely evidence of a dark personality. This is not a simple question. Courts across America have wrestled with it. When does art become a confession? When does a metaphor become a map? The music industry didn't wait for the courts to answer. Kaylee Uchis pulled Crashing. Laufey pulled This Is How It Feels. Holly Humberstone pulled Super Blood Moon. Damiano David re-recorded his album to remove their collaboration entirely. EA Sports removed Burke's music from Madden NFL 26. One by one, people who had built careers alongside him went silent. David Burke sat in a cell without bail, waiting. Preliminary hearing is scheduled for May 1st, 2026. A judge will decide whether there is enough evidence to send David Anthony Burke to trial. If there is, the questions that will dominate that trial are not just about what happened in a Hollywood Hills home on April 23, 2025. They are questions about how a 12-year-old girl entered a relationship with an 18-year-old man and no one stopped it. About how she was reported missing 3 times and remained in his orbit for over a year. About how a song called Romantic Homicide became the most famous thing a man ever made, and whether it was ever really just a song. Celeste's parents are still waiting. Her attorney says they want justice. They want answers. She was identified on the day after what would have been her 15th birthday. She never got to be 15.